What's up, everybody? It's the Rogue in Disguise North American Community Contributor for World of Warships Blitz. And today we're going to be talking about this new Russian destroyer premium, which is a Gremyashchy class, coming out later this week. And we've got a few details that we need to talk about this boat before anything else. Let's start with the ship information. It's a Gremyashchy. It's a Gremyashchy class built in 1938 and it's got a displacement of 1,612 tons. Its length is 112.8 meters. Its width is 10.2 meters. And it has 48,000 horsepower to push it through the waters. Let's talk about its survivability. It's got 13,685 hit points, citadel protection of 5%, fire and flooding resistance of 10%, damage reduction of 4.5%, and torpedo damage reduction of just 3%. Let's talk about the maneuverability of this boat. Max speed of this boat is going to be 36.40 knots. Time to full speed, just under 9 seconds at 8.72 seconds. Max traverse speed on the rudder is 9.57 degrees per second, and time to turn is just under 3 seconds at 2.81 seconds. Let's talk about the main guns, which is probably going to be a critical feature for you guys to need to know and understand about this boat. It's got 130 millimeter L/55 B2Us in a 4x1 facet. It's got a 5-second reload time, and its range of 9.12 kilometers isn't that bad at all. Your main battery high explosive damage is going to be 445. Your chance of setting a fire is just under 5%. Your main battery armor piercing damage is going to do 483 with a citadel damage rate of 150%. Now, this is where it gets bad. Its turret traverse speed is, even after modification, is only 9.60 degrees per second, which is probably one of the slowest turning turrets for a destroyer that I have seen. Very, very slow. And I even used the traverse increase of using main battery modification number 1 to increase the speed of it. It's just slow. Slow. But that being said, in comparison to like the Budyanny, it's got a faster degree of turning than the Budyanny, but still, I mean, honestly, that's some slow turning guns. We'll demonstrate that in a little bit on Thursday night. Let's talk about the torpedo tubes. The torpedo tubes are going to be 533 millimeter 39-U in a 2x3 facet with just 38-second reload, 38.40 to be exact. Pretty fast reload time for these 533 millimeter torpedoes that do 3,335 damage per torpedo, and has got a max range of 7.5 kilometers. The torpedo speed, not too bad, but it could be worse, but at 56.96 knots. Chance of setting a flood is at 12%. Torpedo tube traverse speed is at 20 degrees per second. Your I don't know how to say this, but your anti-aircraft armament is not great at all. Your large caliber AE damage of 18 at 3 kilometers. Your small caliber AE damage is 16 at 1.5 kilometers. Now, after modifications and setting up the equipment and everything like that, I was able to get the surface detection down to 5.11 kilometers. This will be greatly to your advantage to do so, is to get concealment system modification number 1 along with this boat. It'll help out immensely getting that surface detection down as low as possible, along with using high grade coal to get your surface detection reduced by 3%. And I also used the historical camouflage as well in order to get that additional 4% from off the historical camouflage to finally get this boat down to 5.11 kilometers on its surface detection. It was a little bit tricky, but after everything was said and done, I think I'm pretty happy with the 5.11 kilometer range on it, even though I wish it was just at an even 5 kilometers at the end of the day. The extra 0.11 isn't that all critical because you're way under 5.5 kilometers, which is the typical detection before you could launch. But still, nonetheless, I think just right around 5.11 kilometers isn't that bad of a situation. I'm sure if I had a commander on there, I'd probably squeeze out just a hair more, but it wouldn't be that much more. Let's talk about the details of this boat. On this boat, you're going to get 2 charges of engine accelerator 1, which is going to increase your maximum speed by 7.5% for 25 seconds. The cooldown time is 75 seconds. Also with this boat, you're also going to get smoke generator 1, and it's going to come with 2 charges of it. Set a smoke screen in 9 seconds, smoke screen active for 24 seconds, and the cooldown time is 105 seconds. Not too bad so far. With the battle honors of this boat, you'll need to play 5 battles for the first mission, and you will get 2 silver booster 3s, which will give you 50% silver and negative 20% 10% on the service cost. The second booster that you'll get is an XP booster, giving your ship XP plus 50% and free XP of plus 250% per battle. And you'll get 2 charges of that. And you'll also get 150k silver for completing 5 battles. On the second battle honor mission here, you'll have to destroy 2 enemy ships in a battle to earn 2 coppers. Not the worst thing in the world to be getting. As part of your upgrade ability, the ship already comes completely upgraded, and you'll have a chance to choose its elite ship bonus. There's advanced rudder system that'll increase your max traverse speed of your rudder by 5% and your traverse acceleration by 10%. Or you can go with advanced high explosive shell, which will increase your main battery high explosive damage by 2% and main battery chance of setting a fire by plus 7%. I highly recommend that you probably want to go with the advanced HE shell, unless you want to hot dog the turns. As far as anything is concerned, I've played this boat a few times, and other than the slow turning turrets that it has, even after modification at 9.60 degrees, it's a little bit faster than the Gremyashchy, but overall this boat isn't the worst thing under the sun. In actuality, with the high reload rate of the torpedoes, it's actually not that bad, and you can actually do some stealth torping from about 5 to 6 kilometers and still be okay. Probably prefer to be about 6 to 6.5 kilometers away from your target, because your torpedoes ended at 7.5 kilometers. So the sweet spot for this boat is going to be probably right in at about 6.5 to 7.5 kilometers, 5.5 on the lowest, and about 7 kilometers. So the sweet spot's 5.5 to 7 kilometers, because you want that half kilometer on each side, either way. So if you know what you're doing, that's about as much room as you're going to get, is about a 1.5 kilometer of stealth bubble in order to drop those torpedoes in that fashion. Other than that, I wouldn't recommend gun battling with this boat unless you feel like turning the boat into your targets in order to get the guns into place faster. Otherwise, it's going to be forever and a year to watch these guns turn, even though there's only 4 of them. I do think that Wargaming should probably up the speed of it at least up to 15 degrees per second to make it a little bit more playable. The 9.60 degree per second turn on the main turrets is a little slow, and I don't like that whatsoever. But however, she does make up for it for the high reload of the torpedoes and the faster response time of 20 degrees per second on the torpedo tube traverse speed. Overall, I think it's an okay. Would I buy it? That's hard to say. I have to play it a few more matches in order to think of that. Let's check this boat out this Thursday night at 5 p.m. West Coast time, and for a more in-depth gameplay review of it. This is the Rogue in Disguise North American Community Contributor saying also check out our other community contributor Rapltor Blitz on his YouTube channel as well. Until the next video, guys, don't do anything I wouldn't do twice.